Hello everybody, this is Danilo from peacefulanarchism.com. Enjoying the wonderful nature once again with you all. And today, recently, Easter has passed and we had some family celebrations, not religious but family. And I would like to reflect a bit on what Easter means to me and how I think it is relevant to many of you. So, Easter is symbolic of rebirth, new beginnings, green shoots. And in Chinese medicine, this is also symbolic of the wood element, the springtime. There is always chances and opportunities to improve ourselves. Every day is a rebirth, is the possibility to realize awesome things. It is never hopeless. There is never a time when we cannot improve ourselves. This is important to understand. We must always maintain the fascination and the curiosity for life. Indeed, life is wonder at the sublime. Taking pleasure in each moment, each interaction with your friends, those who you cherish and hold dear. Always be willing to learn something. When we are not learning, we are not living. Indeed, to me, ceasing to learn is the equivalent of a spiritual death, after which a physical death is not too far. Life is magnificent. There is always something curious, something inexplicable, something wondrous. And to me, this is the beauty of existence, of life. And this is why I try to spread freedom. I want to give people the freedom to pursue whatever path they wish to pursue, without obstacles or hindrances, without parasitical bureaucrats, without theft, without the initiation of force. People ought to be free to live as they so choose, without aggressing upon another individual. Do this and you embody voluntarism and the free market. It is through voluntary and consensual interactions between peaceful people that has produced the magnificent civilization that we all enjoy today. I heard somebody say recently that, referring to the country of Cuba, they said, "Isn't it wonderful that we can now travel to Cuba? Isn't it so interesting of a culture? Because it's like they're frozen in time since back in the 1950s or 60s. And my question is, would you want to live now, or would you want to live in the 1950s or 60s? It is not the choice of people to halt progress. I believe that when people are given economic freedom to start businesses, to work, and to trade, that prosperity is an inevitable byproduct. It is not something that must be centrally planned or directed by control freaks. Indeed, when it is attempted to do so, when it is attempted to be controlled by those in power, the delicacy and the subtlety of prosperity is destroyed. Not utterly, because people can always circumvent and sidestep the law and taxation. And people have been doing so for time immemorial. Progress is inevitable. We must allow people the freedom to trade as they so wish. I don't think the people of Cuba have decided that they want to stay in 1950s or 60s technology. Rather, they have been forced to stay by the authoritarian regime, specifically the Castro regime, for decades. The movement of people is indicative of the freedoms that they so desire. You do not see people on makeshift rafts that are made up of garbage and plastic bottles trying to flee Hong Kong or trying to flee the United States and try to illegally enter Cuba and North Korea. We don't see this. Why? Freedom is inherent. It is in our blood. It is why the North American natives fought so fiercely the onslaught of the white Europeans, knowing full well that their plight was a losing battle. Do not go gently into that gentle night. Freedom is something that once you have it and you understand its power, its allure, you will not give it up without a fight. The slaves, the first generation of slaves that came from Africa to North America were the most difficult to tame, the most irascible, the most unstable, because they understood what freedom meant. But it was only after generations of slaves being born in the United States into bondage, being born into servitude, that the docility and complacency was revealed. Freedom is desired by all. It's in our blood, and we yearn to get back to it. Thank you very much for listening. This is Danilo from peacefulanarchism.com. Enjoy beautiful nature.